Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's, frankly, make or break for any small or medium-sized business owner: cybersecurity. We're going to cut through all the jargon and turn this complex world of digital defense into a plan you can actually use.
All right, let's get right to it. Why is this conversation so urgent for small and medium-sized businesses? Well, it's because the bad guys out there, they really don't care how big your company is. The digital world is full of threats, and everyone's a target.
Okay, look at this. This one number, it tells a huge story. And believe me, it's not about profit margins or growth. This number, it's all about survival.
Yep, that's the reality. 60%. Let that sink in. A cyber attack isn't just some IT hiccup or a story you see on the news. For most small businesses, it's lights out, it's a full-on extinction-level event. So this really puts every single business at a crossroads. A huge choice. Are you going to stay in this reactive mode, just waiting for the next attack, this recurring pain? Or are you going to get proactive and build a defense that gives you repeatable wins?
And that's where we're going next. Building that defense, it all starts with a strategy that uses your absolute greatest asset. And what's that? It's your people. It's all about turning what could be a vulnerability into your very first line of defense. So what's the tool for this? It's this core concept right here, Security Awareness Training, or SAT for short. It's basically a program that teaches everyone on your team, I'm talking from the person at the front desk all the way up to the C-suite, how to spot, how to avoid, and how to report all those nasty cyber threats. Think phishing emails, sketchy links, data mishandling, the whole shebang. And I know what you're thinking. This sounds expensive, but hold on, just look at these numbers. Basic training, we're talking as little as $20 per employee for the entire year. Even the super fancy premium programs, they usually top out around $200. So for a company with, say, 100 people, you're looking at maybe $2,000 to $20,000 a year. That is a tiny fraction of what a single breach could cost you.
And the payoff for that small investment, it's huge. It's absolutely undeniable. Companies that have solid security awareness training in place see on average a 60% drop in successful phishing attacks. You're directly slashing your risk just by making your people smarter about this stuff.
This isn't just about being smart, though. For a lot of businesses, it's actually a requirement. You've got regulations like NIST, HIPAA if you're in healthcare, and even best practices for things like GDPR. They all either demand or strongly push for security training. So this isn't just about protection, it's about being compliant.
Okay, so we've covered the why, right? It can literally save your business, it's way more affordable than you thought, and a lot of the time, you have to do it anyway. So now let's get into the good stuff, the practical how, the actual steps to make this happen.
And here it is, your 5-step roadmap. Super straightforward. You start by figuring out what your specific risks are. Then you pick a provider, you test your team with some fake phishing emails, simulations, and you track how everyone's doing. And that last step, which is absolutely critical, is making sure everyone knows exactly what to do when they spot a threat.
Okay, so this isn't just theory we're talking about here. To see just how powerful this stuff is, let's look at how some of the biggest names out there put these ideas into action. And the best part? These lessons can totally scale down to fit any size business.
Let's start with Google. Now, they didn't just make some boring, one-size-fits-all training video and call it a day. No way. They built this amazing system with real-time phishing simulations and training that actually adapted to how each employee was doing. It made the whole learning process feel personal and dynamic.
And the result? Hey, there's that number again. But this time, it's a huge win. A 60% reduction in employees clicking on those fake phishing links. It's just proof that when training is continuous and tailored, it just flat out works. All right, now let's look at JP Chase. They had a totally different problem to solve: engagement. How do you get people to actually want to do mandatory training? Their solution was brilliant: gamification. They turned learning into a kind of game, something competitive and actually engaging. And check out this outcome. It's staggering. A 95% completion rate for their training. By making it interactive, maybe even a little fun, they made sure that critical security info got to almost every single person in the company.
So we've seen the risk, we've seen the solution, we've looked at the plan, and we've got the proof from the big leaks. Now let's boil all this down to 3 things you can do right now to get started.
Here it is, your immediate action plan. Step 1, pick a program that actually fits your business, your budget, and your needs. Step 2, get it on the calendar. Roll it out to everybody. And step 3, and this is key, commit to it. Make it a living, breathing part of your culture. Constantly check in, see how it's working, and tweak it as you go.
You know, when you strip everything else away, it all comes down to this one question. Because human error, it's a factor in the overwhelming majority of cyber attacks. But, and this is a big but, with the right training, with the right culture, your people can flip that script. They can become your strongest, most powerful security asset. The choice is yours to make.